Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we decode the secrets hidden within corporate filings. Today, we're diving into a fascinating report from BullFrog AI Holdings Incorporated. Get ready because this one's got some interesting moves to unpack. We'll be looking at what the company has been up to lately, and trust me, there are a few things that really caught my eye before we jump in. If you love getting these unfiltered insights into company operations, do us a favor and hit that subscribe button. Also, we've got a fantastic community over on Discord where we break down these filings even further, and the link is right there in the description below. So the big news here revolves around a special meeting of stockholders for BullFrog AI Holdings Incorporated, or BFRG, as it is known on the stock market. This meeting happened on the 22nd of October 2025, and the big focus was on a few key proposals that could reshape how the company operates and how its stock looks. One of the most significant outcomes was the approval of an amendment to their 2022 equity incentive plan. Think of this as a way for the company to give out more stock options or grants to employees and executives. They decided to increase the number of shares available for this plan by a whopping 750,000 shares. Now, why is this important? It signals that the company is looking to incentivize and retain its talent, which is usually a good sign for future growth. But it also means more shares will eventually be floating around, which can affect the value of each existing share. Another big item on the agenda was the approval of a reverse stock split. This is a move where a company reduces the number of outstanding shares, usually to boost the stock price. Per S-Hair, the plan approved at this meeting allows for a split ratio anywhere from 1 for -2 to 1 for -15. With the exact ratio to be decided by the company's board of directors. Companies often do this to meet stock exchange listing requirements, or sometimes to make their stock look more attractive to investors who might shy away from very low price stocks. It doesn't change the overall value of the company, but it definitely changes the number of shares and the price per share. Interestingly, the company also got shareholder approval for issuing 20% or more of its outstanding common stock. This was in relation to a purchase agreement with Lincoln Park Capital Fund, LLC. This usually means they are securing a line of credit or a financing arrangement where they can sell stock to Lincoln Park Capital as needed. This can provide significant funding for operations and growth, but it also means dilution for existing shareholders as more shares are issued. Now, it is important to note that BullFrog AI Holdings Incorporated is designated as an emerging growth company. This means they can take advantage of certain regulatory accommodations. They have also elected not to use the extended transition period for complying with new or revised financial accounting standards, so they are on the faster track for adopting those. This filing lists that the company's common stock with a par value of just 0.010 of a cent is traded under the symbol BFRG on the Nasdaq stock market LLC, specifically the Nasdaq capital market. Their tradable warrants, which give the holder the right to buy stock at a certain price, are also traded on the same exchange under the symbol BFRGW. Let's look at the actual voting numbers from the special meeting. For the issuance proposal, the one related to selling more stock, there were 29,600 votes in favour and 437,777 votes against, with a small number withheld and a significant chunk of broker non-votes, which are shares held by brokers that the beneficial owner did not instruct how to vote. Despite the broken non-votes, the issuance proposal was approved. This shows a clear intent from management and a portion of the shareholders to pursue this funding avenue. Then there was the reverse stock split proposal. This one saw a much stronger approval with 4,088,004 votes in favour, compared to 161,173 against, and a small number of abstentions. The higher number of 4 votes here indicates strong shareholder support for this action, likely to improve the stock's market perception. For the plan amendment proposal, which we discussed earlier about adding more shares for employee incentives, it was also approved. We saw 297,690 votes in favour, 418,690 against, and again some broker non-votes. This approval reinforces the company's commitment to its equity incentive programs. The actual amendment to the equity incentive plan is attached as an exhibit. While we do not have detailed financial tables in this particular report, the narrative clearly shows a company actively making strategic decisions about its capital structure and talent management. The focus on increasing share availability for incentive plans and preparing for a reverse stock split alongside the financing approval paints a picture of a company looking to position itself for future growth and potentially to attract and retain key personnel. The story here is one of proactive management aiming to optimize the company's financial and operational framework, even if it means short-term adjustments that may dilute existing shareholders or alter the per-share price. Now, looking at BullFrog AI Holdings Incorporated from a broader perspective, These moves suggest a company that is not sitting still. The approval of issuing more stock to Lincoln Park Capital Fund, LLC, in conjunction with the pending reverse stock split, indicates a strategy to secure necessary funding, and at the same time, potentially make the stock appear more stable or attractive to a wider investor base. The increase in shares available for their incentive plan shows a focus on human capital, which is critical for any company, especially one in the AI space which is highly talent-driven. However, potential investors should keep a close eye on the dilution aspect. Issuing more stock, even with a reverse split later, will spread ownership thinner. The decision to approve the reverse stock split is a strong signal that the current share price is likely considered too low by management for various reasons, which could include exchange requirements or investor perception. The high level of broker non-votes in some of these proposals is not uncommon, but it does mean that a significant portion of shares were not actively voted by their beneficial owners, which can sometimes reflect investor apathy or lack of understanding. In conclusion, BullFrog AI Holdings Incorporated is navigating a period of significant strategic adjustments. They are securing future funding, aiming to improve their stock's presentation through a reverse split, and continuing to invest in their people. The key risks here revolve around the potential for dilution from the share issuance and how effectively they can leverage the new funding and talent to drive actual business growth, particularly in the competitive AI sector. The company appears to be in a phase of building its foundation for future endeavors. Alright, that is our breakdown of BullFrog AI Holdings' latest filing. What is your take on these strategic moves and what they signal for the company's future? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this analysis valuable, hitting that like button really helps us out, and remember to subscribe for more deep dives into corporate filings. And don't forget to check out the Discord community link in the description to connect with other like-minded individuals. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on Corporate Decoder.